Thank you for joining us to learn about some findings from a statewide survey focused on employer perspectives on childcare to inform solutions to Virginia's labor shortage. The study was conducted by the Virginia Chamber of Commerce Foundation, the Virginia Early Childhood Foundation, and the Federal Reserve Bank of Richmond. In Virginia and across the country, the pandemic illuminated how essential childcare is for working families and how it directly affects the economy. This survey was conducted in late August 2022, with hundreds of employers across the state responding, representing a range of industries, sizes of companies, and rural and urban communities. The purpose of the study was to better understand how childcare challenges affect Virginia businesses and to inform potential solutions for families and employers. Many employers are having difficulty recruiting and retaining employees right now. The survey results suggest that the childcare needs of employees play a major part in this labor crisis, with over 3/4 of respondents reporting that childcare availability affects recruitment and retention. Employers' most commonly cited concerns about employee childcare needs were the lack of affordable, high-quality childcare options for working families, and that care was compatible with employees' work schedules. Availability of care was the top concern among respondents in rural areas, whereas affordability was the top concern for respondents in urban areas. As one employer said, "My staff often don't make enough to afford quality childcare. It is way too expensive. There's a lack of options, all of which leads to young staff with children leaving us to stay home or asking to work part-time." Employers are feeling the impact of a lack of childcare capacity in the state, with 50% of respondents indicating that childcare issues experienced by their employees are negatively impacting their business. Employers reported high rates of absenteeism, turnover, and loss of productivity as a consequence of childcare issues. For example, 78% of employers reported that employees frequently or occasionally miss work. 57% reported employees being unproductive at work. 37% reported that employees are leaving their positions, and 31% said employees went from full to part-time. All of these side effects of childcare challenges have real implications for businesses' bottom lines and Virginia's economy. We asked employers if they were already implementing any workplace policies to support their employees' childcare needs, and if not, we asked them which policies they would be open to considering given the current challenges. Employers were open to policies such as flexible schedules and/or remote work, offering childcare referral services, providing childcare subsidies or vouchers, operating on-site childcare, or offering additional PTO to support caregiving responsibilities. The Virginia Early Childhood Foundation conducted a similar study among employers at the beginning of the pandemic. In the current study, we see marked increases in employers both implementing and being willing to implement more policies that support the childcare needs of their employees. The top 3 barriers to employers implementing some of these policies were the cost of providing childcare benefits and the perceived regulatory burden and liability associated with operating on-site or employer-sponsored childcare. Accordingly, when asked what actions the government could take to support employers interested in addressing their employees' childcare challenges, the majority of respondents favored the state providing tax or financial incentives and resources and technical assistance to employers to better support their employees' childcare needs. There was also some support for decreasing burden and risk to facilitate more on-site and employer-sponsored childcare options. As we've seen, businesses are struggling to find cost-effective, reasonable solutions to support their employees' childcare needs, and we know that families are already stretched thin. More support is needed to build a childcare system that works for families, employers, and Virginia's economic future. 3/4 of respondents said it was important that the state make investments and pass childcare policies to increase childcare supply, quality, and affordability, and support the childcare workforce. A key takeaway from the survey is that the lack of affordable, quality childcare options is not just an issue for families. It's a problem for businesses too. There's a strong commitment from employers to seek solutions to support their employees and a recognition that a high-functioning childcare system is vital to Virginia's economy. This will take partnership and shared responsibility across both public and private sectors. But together, we can make childcare work for Virginia families and businesses.